I was sharing about a guy who had a near-death experience. Remember this? I told you he was a neurosurgeon. He wrote a book called Proof of Heaven. It's this guy named Eben Alexander. And he said he had a near-death experience and he came back. And he said he heard three things. They're so powerful because to me, that's exactly what the Course is getting at for us, trying to get us to remember. He said these three things. He says, if you lived your life by this, he said your life would be so transformed. And it is. It's really what the Course is trying to get us to do. It says this, number one, you are loved and cherished dearly forever. So you're always loved and cherished. And then it goes on to say, you have nothing to fear. So get fear out of the equation. And then the third one is there's nothing you can do wrong. It's exactly what the Course says. But that's why I liked it, because I thought to myself, this is exactly what the Course is constantly telling us. You can't, you're loved. You are so cherished. There's nothing you can do wrong, and there's nothing you can fear. There's no reason to fear. There's no reason to fear a God of punishment. There's no reason to fear a God of wrath. And there's no reason to fear anything in this world. It has no power over you because you gave it the power. You gave the world the power, and you can transform it. That's how powerful you are. You would say it was insane if somebody said, doctor, when I do this, it hurts. And what does the doctor say? Don't do that. Well, come on, folks. When I do this, when I act like this, when I throw tantrums, when I'm miserable. And God's saying, don't do that. Stop. Enough is enough. Realize the truth. Yes, Marilyn, every little experience gives you an awareness about your life. That's what the big secret is. The big secret is that right here, right now, you can experience heaven. You got it. Through the peace of God. Because your heart, the truth about you is you never left it. You just think you did. So everything becomes our doorway to heaven. Everything. Every person, every experience, every circumstance. That's all we need to save the world. It's all given me. I just love that line. The fifth line, each heartbeat brings me peace. Each breath infuses me with strength. So what it's saying is right now, in every beat of my heart that is so close to us, every beat brings me peace. Every moment. So nothing else can bring you peace except your own awareness. Right here, right now. Each breath infuses me with strength. So every time you take a breath without even thinking about it, right? It's natural. We don't even think about taking breaths. We're not thinking beat, beat, beat of our heart, are we? No, naturally happens. Every breath naturally. That's as natural as God is to us. That's the metaphor here. The beat of your heart, it's just happening. The breath that you take, it's just happening. That's how strong you are. You don't even have to think about it. That's how at peace you are. It is just your gift. It is just given you. It is your right. Nobody takes away your right to breathe. Well, through pollution, okay. But I'm just saying, right now, nobody's taking away your right. They don't tell you. Nobody can take that away, Nobody takes away your heart's beat, Again, we can draw that out and be more silly about it. But in the basic idea of it, nobody's going to take away your heartbeat. Nobody's going to take away your breath. And that is your strength and that is your peace. We need to think of it as given to us that freely. That's what it's saying. I am a messenger of God. This is what we think crazy people do. I'm a messenger of God telling you the industry. No, this is the truth about you. You are a messenger of God. Everything you open, when you open your mouth and let stuff come out, yeah. You get to be a messenger of God, or you get to do, as the Course would say, nothing. Because when you are not thinking with God, you're really just doing nothing. The problem is we've made a lot of our nothings into something. But when you are not a messenger of God, when you're not extending that love, and again, it doesn't mean it looks nice or it looks sweet or it agrees with anybody, right? It's just that you are allowing Him to work through you. I am a messenger of God. Therefore, I am directed by His voice. I am sustained by His love, and I am held forever quiet and at peace within His loving arms. Wow. So your job is you're a messenger of God. And He's going to give you the words to say. He's going to sustain you with His love. And He is going to hold you forever quiet and in peace within His loving arms. Doesn't that sound like this guy's three little things? You're loved and cherished. You've got nothing to fear, and there's nothing you can do wrong. You know how we're seeing this in so many. That's what they call perennial truths. Perennial truths are things that we see in all of the great religions. This idea of a loving God is a perennial truth, even though it may be cloaked in different ways, in different sentiments, in different religions. But these ideas, these are perennial truths. This guy experienced what he experienced as perennial truths. These perennial truths are so empowered. That's why they resonate with us. They make sense to us. It's like, yeah, that's right. Yeah. We don't know how to do it. We think, when we really do. We have the power within us, but that's why these resonate within us. We're abiding in his loving arms. We're held lovingly. We're sustained by his love. We're directed by his voice. We are his messenger. And so it says each heartbeat calls his name, calls the awareness of love. And everyone is answered by his voice. So when we call that name, call that truth, and it's not Jesus, it's not God, it's not a Christian God. What this is saying is each heartbeat calls this awareness, and everyone is answered by this awareness, assuring us that we are at home in this awareness. We are at home in love. That's what this is saying. This is not talking about just the Christian God. This is talking about an awareness that abides within us, that can never be lost, and that when we hold this, when we get used to it, when we get comfortable with it, when we nurture this within our being, we walk out into the world and we see it everywhere. We see it in the flower. We see it in the tree. We hear it in the wind. We feel it in the birds. We experience it in the water. We feel a part of everything.